Alright guys, back at it with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters. Moment in silence for fucking MMA and the rest of you fucking trolls in the comments. Shout out to all you free hitters fucking squirting these fucking pussy ass trolls with motherfucking super soaking these trolls with that gorilla piss. Moment in silence for you trolls that just got pissed off when I said gorilla piss. Alright guys, so this is gonna be a long video right here. I rewatched the fucking UFC summer press conference kickoff, and I took notes on that shit, and I'm gonna fucking go over my thoughts on all these fucking fights coming up. I'm gonna give you a little bit of on everything that was going on there. So this video is probably gonna be my longest video yet. Let me know what you think about this shit. No, there's no background music, so you're just gonna be fucking hearing me. And no, I can't video edit, so I can't cut the shit. So if I fucking ramble for a second, deal with that shit. I don't give a fuck. Cut the shit off if you want, dog. You know how I am. Watch me, don't watch me, dog. You know what it is. I'm doing my thing. This is for the motherfucking hitters out there. So with that, I digress. That being said, to this motherfucking summer kickoff. So at the beginning of the fucking press conference previews, these guys actually weren't at the press conference, Glover and Alex Gustafsson, but at the beginning of this press conference, they previewed Alexander Gustafsson versus Glover Teixeira. This is a card that's coming up soon on Fox Sports 1. Now, this card, overall, that those fights are on, is a shitty card, I must say. It's a Fox Sports 1 card. It's May 28th on Fox Sports 1, and besides the main event and the co-main event, I don't really know or give a fuck about any of these guys. Now, let's talk about the main event and the co-main event for a second. Glover Teixeira versus Alexander Gustafsson. Two guys that have been violently finished by fucking Anthony the fucking Weedman Rumble Johnson. Not Anthony the Weedman Rumble Johnson, fuck it, it's just Anthony the Weedman Johnson now. He ain't rumbling shit. He's fucking rumbling over to the weed store, man, to the dispensary. He said, you want some fucking weed? Go holler at Anthony Johnson. But we're going to talk about these light heavyweight fighters right now. So, Glover Teixeira, the fucking number 1 contender versus Alexander Gustafsson, the number 2 contender, or vice versa. They're the number 1 and the number 2 contenders in the light heavyweight division. If you're a fucking real MMA fan, you know that that's fucking weird. But both these guys shouldn't be number 1 and number 2 in a fucking deep division. Over in Bellator, they have Ryan Bader now. They've got Phil Davis. Bellator's fucking 205-pound division, honestly, I mean, arguably, is deeper than the UFC's 205-pound division at this point. So Alexander Gustafsson versus Glover Teixeira. Both of these guys have got finished violently by fucking Anthony Johnson. And both of these guys have fought, I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but guys I didn't know. So whenever I call these guys cans, I just mean I don't know them. I just mean I don't know of them. I'm sure to be in the UFC, they're not fucking literally fucking dog shit at fighting, but they're cans because I don't know them. When you hear me call someone a can, all I mean is I don't know them. So Glover Teixeira and Alexander Gustafsson both fought cans. They both got W's over cans in their last fight. Before they got a W over some cans, they fucking were taking L's to the best guys in the division. Either John Jones or Rumble Johnson or both. So yeah, there's that. That's the main event. I'll fucking watch that fight because there could be some fireworks. Glover could knock him out. It could be a war. It probably will be a war. I'm gonna watch the fight, but I mean, that's it. That's all I gotta say about that fight. I'm gonna watch it. That's all I gotta say. I'm not excited. I'm gonna watch it. I'm also gonna watch the co-main event. These guys are not cans to me. These guys might be cans to a lot of you. Volkan Ozdemir versus Misha Cirkunov. You might say, yeah, they're fucking cans. I don't know them. I actually know these guys. That's because I take it a little deeper. I fucking read a little bit on these guys. Ozdemir, he's the number 5 ranked guy right now. His last fight was his UFC debut in the UFC. He beat OSP. Some people fucking said OSP might get the decision, but that don't fucking matter. That don't fucking matter. He beat OSP in his UFC debut. He took his spot in the rankings. So now they've got Volkan Ozdemir ranked number 5. So Ozdemir's fighting Misha Cirkunov. Misha Cirkunov is ranked number 7. Misha Cirkunov is on a 4-fight winning streak in the UFC. So I kind of like that guy too. I want to see what he can do. He's undefeated in the UFC. I mean, what are their ranks? What are their records? I'm pretty sure Ozdemir is like 12-1 and Cirkunov is like 12-2, something like that. I'm not gonna look it up right now because I already got my fucking notes and I didn't write that down, or I would have fucking told you. But I don't fucking care. Because to you, these guys are probably cans. So yeah, I'm going to watch that fight, but just like the first fight, that's it. I'm not pumped for it. I'm not going to fucking sell it to you like I'm fucking pumped for it. I'm not going to watch that whole card. I'll watch those fights. That's it. Now moving on. The press conference started with the fucking... when it first started, I was like, come on, this shit's got to get good. You know, you just... You know what? This is the time to get your microwave out of the popcorn. Because the first question went to John Jones, and they asked him, John Jones, how can you guarantee you're not going to pull out of the fight? How do you feel to be back? And John Jones gave you some of that fucking media-trained bullshit. John Jones gave him some, oh, you know, I'm happy to be back. This fucking time off made me really fucking care about fighting. I don't do coke no more. I'm clean. I'm sober. All that dumb shit. Blah, blah, blah. It's not interesting. You're supposed to say that. So then the fucking reporter turns to DC, and he says, oh yeah, he says, John Jones, or he says, DC, how do you feel about John Jones? How do you feel about John Jones, man, and his comeback? He said, John Jones is a bitch. You know how fucking black guys don't like when you call them bitches. That shit's funny to me. I'm half black. Don't get fucking mad. I'm not fucking racist. I'm just commenting. Take that shit to Troll Village. All racial remarks will be sent to Troll Village. But I know, like you might not know, black guys don't like being called a bitch. So that was just comedy to me. You know me, I respect comedy. That was underlying comedy to me. DC said, John Jones, you're a bitch. And you said something about my kids, so I slapped your ass with a fucking water. But man, I seen the video. You didn't slap him. You fucking threw it at him. And you fucking, yeah, you were a little closer than Conor McGregor. But it was a fucking plastic water bottle, bro. Cool water bottle. I don't care about your water bottle. Now, they were going back and forth, man. I advise you guys, if you haven't watched it, man, I'll give you a little recap. I'm not going to give you their whole back and forth because most of the press conference was to John Jones and Cormier. As you can imagine, John Jones is the biggest star at this press conference. So there was a lot of fucking good back and forth, a lot of comedy in that shit that I'm not rehash every fucking word for word. This video's already been going on for 7 minutes, and I can make it go on for 30. But I don't think we're ready for that yet. I still got to figure out this theme music later today. I'm going to do that shit after this video. So there's some back and forth, but I will get into some of the fucking shit that made me cringe. Fucking Daniel Cringe Cormier. That cringe, though. That motherfucker will make you cringe. This motherfucker had John Jones. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so the fucking next, he fucking says, John Jones is a bitch. He said something about my kids. John Jones is a bitch ass nigga. And it's like he fucking remembered there was cameras on him in the last minute. Like, have you ever heard someone say nigga that fucking isn't comfortable saying nigga? So they're like, yeah, that nigga. Like a fucking white person that doesn't know if a black person's around, but they were gonna say it anyway, so it's too late. So if they try to stop it, but it fucking makes you cringe. It makes me cringe. Like, I peep that type of shit. Daniel Cormier made me cringe. John Jones is a bitch ass nigga. Blah, 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 blah. You know, I was going to get into more of this shit, but to me, it's back and forth. I'm not into that shit. I don't like that. I'm not going to fucking say word for word what these guys said to each other. Go watch the UFC Summer Kickoff press conference if you're into the fucking back and forth. But fucking, here's the gist of it. Daniel Cormier was calling John Jones a junkie. Fucking dick pills. You fucking were suspended, you bitch ass nigga. And he was saying a bunch of shit that'll make you cringe. It'll make you hate him or make you love him if you're fucking, like, if you're a fucking wrestler. A lot of wrestlers love DC, so fucking hoorah DC. So if you're a wrestler, or if you like fucking cornballs, go DC. He's saying some shit you might enjoy. It was funny to me. I like comedy, so I liked it. John Jones was saying, you're the paper champ. Until you beat me, that belt ain't shit. The belt's not worth anything. Cool water bottle, bro. You didn't slap me with it. You threw it at me. Get your fucking shit straight. Why you gotta call me the M-bomb, bro? Why you gotta drop the M-bomb, bro? What the fuck is up with the M-bomb? It's immature. And he said, fucking, you got 11 weeks to enjoy that belt, homie. It's the fake belt. You're the paper champ. I'm coming for my belt. Alright, moving on. Chris Weidman. So this motherfucker done come out and he accepted a fight with Kevin Gastelum. What happened to wanting the rematch with Gegard? What happened to feeling cheated? What happened to everyone saying you weren't playing a game? All your fucking friends, your camps. Matt Serra on UFC Unfiltered. Oh, of course you're fucking biased. It's your fighter. I don't want to hear you talk about Weidman. Matt Serra, I don't want to hear you talking about Weidman. That's your fighter. You're biased. fucking real fans know Weidman was supposed to be gonna get his ass whooped that fight. I fucking predicted. I didn't do it on the channel because I didn't have one yet. I predicted a second round TKO by Gegard. Now I didn't know it was gonna come due to a fucking knee to the head that was almost illegal, but I fucking predicted a second round TKO by Gegard. Chris Weidman didn't do shit. I'm not gonna talk about that fight right now. We all know what happened in that fight. I'm gonna talk about this fucking Chris Weidman Kevin Gastelum fight because this shit is weird to me. He said, I wanted the rematch with Gegard, but he didn't sign with UFC quick enough, so I fucking got offered a fight with Gastelum and I took it. It's in Nassau Coliseum. I grew up around here. I grew up down the street from this Coliseum. How could I say no? I'll tell you how you can fucking say no. Because you want that fucking rematch with Gegard. Or do you? Do you really want that rematch? Because if I felt like I got cheated, if I felt like I was the better fighter, I want that W back. I want my fucking W back. If Gegard would have fucking lost that shit to that bullshit, if they were illegal knees and Gegard had to hold that L, Gegard would want the rematch. Gegard wouldn't want to fight with Kevin Gastelum. Gegard would want a fucking rematch or a better fighter. Don't give me this Kevin Gastelum at 185 is an elite fighter shit. Yeah, you fucking do. You beat a couple old fucking Brazilian fighters that are past their prime, but you're still not in the top 5 to me, Kevin Gastelum. You're not there. You're getting love at 185 right now. I don't think it's deserved yet. I enjoy Kevin Gastelum. I do respect Kevin Gastelum, but I don't think he's ready for the fucking killers at the top of 185. Weidman is probably his best shot besides Bisping. But Gastelum don't want no part of Gegard, I guarantee you either. Neither does Weidman, man. Weidman with this pussy shit, man. I ain't with calling fighters bitches and pussies, but I will say when you're doing some pussy shit. And Weidman, this is some pussy shit. Taking the fucking fight with fucking Gastelum right now, that's some pussy shit to me. Fucking, he said, dude, fuck that. Put the fucking pressure on the UFC. Say, hey man, I want the Gegard rematch. My fans want the Gegard rematch. I was winning the first round. If you really wanted the rematch, you could fucking get it, dude. I don't want to hear it. What happened to, I don't know if I'm going to fight in New York again. With the way the rules are. And now that you're in a fucking rush to avoid Gegard, oh yeah, it's a dream to fight in New York, in my hometown. It's a dream. Now, do you not know if you're going to fight there, or is it a fucking dream? I have a feeling it's only a dream to fight in New York. No, it's a dream to fucking not have to rematch Gegard, buddy. So yeah, I'm not a fucking fan of Weidman after this shit. I've never been a fan of Chris Weidman because I was a fucking huge Anderson Silva fan. Back when Anderson Silva fight was fucking dominating everything, that's when I started watching the UFC. That's what fucking drew me in. That's when I used to be a casual fan. So yeah, this guy beat Anderson Silva twice, and I was like, man, fuck Weidman. Both times, it was because it was Anderson's fault. Weidman didn't win the fight. Anderson lost the fight. So Weidman didn't make me a fan in those fights, and he's not making me a fan with this pussy shit. He didn't make me a fan. If you are beating up old Brazilian guys, yes, I understand. That appeases casual fans. Because it's like, on your record it says you beat Vitor Belfort. On your record it says you fucking beat Nogueira or somebody. But it doesn't say they were past their prime. So that doesn't raise your stock with me. Gastelum, your stock didn't get raised with me when you beat these old Brazilian dudes. To me, that doesn't make you an elite 185er. Weidman, you didn't raise your stock to me after you fucking beat Silva. After Silva beat himself, and then you fucking went on to beat Vitor. Cool story, bro. You beat Vitor off the fucking TRT. Now, you didn't beat TRT Tour, you beat Vitor. Cool story, bro. That's not cool to me. So Weidman's never really fucking had my respect. Cool, you're American. Like, I got some fucking... I got some pride for my country like everybody does. But that's literally it. I'm not a fucking big fan of Weidman. And after this pussy shit, man, I'm really not a fan at all. I'm gonna say it, man. It is what it is. I don't fucking like Chris Weidman. I'm rooting against Chris Weidman. I might not even watch his fight because he's not going out to fight. I'll watch his fight if I think he's gonna get his shit clipped up. But if he's just going out there to fight someone I think he can wrestle, I'm not tuning in. Moving on off of fucking Chris Weidman. What was fucking next? Let's get to it. Kevin Lee fucking Michael Chiesa. I already did a video on this, so I'm going to leave this a little bit brief. I'm going to get a little bit in depth on Kevin Lee, because I do like Kevin Lee. I do root for Kevin Lee. I'm fucking rooting for Kevin Lee, guys. I'm picking Kevin Lee with my heart, And I'm picking Michael Chiesa with my head. I don't have to fucking pick one or the other. I just told you how I'm doing it. I fucking like Kevin Lee. I've got some reasons that I like Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee's from the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. Kevin Lee's from Michigan. I've got some fucking hitters out in Michigan, bro. El Walto with the fucking cut on his elbow. Sweet 420. Yeah, ESPN. I got some fucking hitters out in Michigan. So I know they're rooting for Kevin Lee, so I'm rooting for Kevin Lee. That's not the only reason, though. Kevin Lee gets it, bro. Kevin Lee understands entertainment. Kevin Lee is not the definition, but Kevin Lee's very entertaining. You're going to love him or you're going to hate him, but you are going to tune it in. You're going to tune in and watch him. And that's all that fucking matters at the end of the day. Let me know what you think about Kevin Lee. Sure, I'll entertain your opinion. But at the end of the day, that's your opinion. At least you have an opinion on this guy. These other fighters don't get that. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. As long as someone has an opinion about you, you're doing your fucking inner job right as far as being an entertainer. Now, why do I like Kevin Lee? Kevin Lee finishes fights. Kevin Lee's the fucking underdog. You know how I feel about underdogs. I like underdogs. Kevin Lee gets it. Kevin Lee came out fucking hot at this press conference. He said, fuck Conor. Conor's fucking biting my swag. I don't give a fuck about Conor. Fucking tune in to watch me. I'm a young rich nigga. Yeah, I said it. I'm young, I'm black, and I'm rich. AKA a young rich nigga. If you fucking listen to Migos, if you listen to a lot of these fucking young hip-hop artists, that's the movement, young rich nigga. It looks like fucking Kevin Lee's coming out saying, I'm a young rich nigga. And I fucking like that swag. He's a young Thundercat. Real recognize real, and I motherfucking recognize Kevin Lee. Just like I recognize the motherfucking hitters in the comments that are fucking holding it down. Kevin Lee said Nate's a fucking poser. Yeah, you fucking go take some pictures with rappers, but nigga, real recognize real and you ain't real. And I feel that. I fucking feel that. Okay. God damn, I thought this shit quit recording for a second, guys. I thought I lost you. Fucking my movie's done. Okay, well, let's get back to the recording, though, because I'm not done. Okay, so now to top that off, that's how I feel about Kevin Lee. Now, Kevin Lee was talking that good shit, talking that shit like we like I like, talking that shit. And literally the word, out of all the shit he was talking, he wasn't talking shit when he said the word mom. But Michael Chiesa heard the word mom and fucking says, oh my God, don't say the word mom. You don't talk about my mom. Came out like a mama's boy. You mama's boys are probably going to appreciate that shit. Don't ever say the word mom. You know, that was some meathead shit. I thought Michael Chiesa was a little more measured. But clearly he's a fucking Michael Mama's boy Chiesa. That should be his fucking nickname. After that shit, he heard the word mom and he fucking charged Kevin Lee. He fucking said, fuck it, we're fighting at the press conference. And yeah, fucking, you guess what happened? Michael Chiesa fucking Spartan charged Kevin Lee, and he got caught with the fucking right. It fucking didn't work out too well for him. And then he got fucking wrapped up like he was supposed to. So now, you charged, you got clipped up, and fucking we're all gonna tune in to watch this fight now, but fucking Michael Chiesa, you come out looking like a clown, buddy. To me, you got on clown shoes. Michael Chiesa, you got on fucking clown shoes. Michael Clown Shoes, Mama's Boy Chiesa. Let's get it. Michael's Mama Boy, Clown Shoe Chiesa. That's got a ring to it. Michael's Mama's Boy, Clown Shoes Chiesa. That's how I'm feeling after that fucking press conference incident. Now, I'm fucking pumped for that fight. Let's see, when is that fight? I don't know exactly when that fight is. I think it's maybe, I'm not even gonna fucking guess. Look that shit up, man. I'm going to tell you when a lot of these fights are, but not that one. I know I'm pumped for it. So whenever that fight is, I'll be watching. I'll be watching Kevin Lee versus Michael Chiesa. I'll be watching Kevin Lee even if he loses. I'm a fan of Kevin Lee. I'm rooting for Kevin Lee. It's a tough matchup, but he's taking these tough matchups. He was calling out Khabib. Anyways, I digress. We'll get more into Kevin Lee because he's on my radar. I fuck with Kevin Lee. Moving on. 19 minutes and running. Yeah, this shit's pretty fucking long, man. Damn. Fucking shout out to your fucking boy MMA Quick Hits 2 with the long video. Fuck with your boy. Alright. So, MMA reporter said, where's Cody and TJ? They're supposed to be here. Supposedly Cody's getting his fucking back dealt with and the UFC canceled TJ's fucking flight right before the event. Interesting. That's really weird. I don't understand that. But I'm pretty sure TJ came out and said the UFC canceled his flight before the press conference. Why would the UFC not want him here? This is interesting. I don't know about that. I'm not going to dig too deep into that. People who were at the press conference, Justin Gaethje and Michael Johnson. Now, I like both of these guys. I don't know much about Justin Gaethje because I didn't watch World Series of Fighting. He's coming over he was the champion at World Series of Fighting, and now he's coming over and he's got some hype behind him. So I'm going to tune in. I'll probably get on Fight Pass and watch, most of his recent fights. I'm going to watch a lot of his fights because I hear he's an entertaining fighter. I hear he finishes fights. He's fighting against Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's got a little bit of casual rub. Michael Johnson might not be the best fighter in the division. He might not be the best shit talker. But I like Michael Johnson. I'll admit it. I mean, I got mixed feelings for Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson came on my radar with his Beneil Dariush fight. Michael Johnson got robbed in that fight, in my opinion. If you go back and watch that fight, it was a fucking pure robbery. Michael Johnson he stopped every takedown against the fucking black belt fucking jiu-jitsu, whatever the fuck. He stopped every fucking takedown against Dariush, and he was clipping him up. I don't understand how he lost that fight. So that made me root for Michael Johnson just watching him get robbed. Michael Johnson's next fight was against Nate Diaz. This fight, I fucking lost respect for this guy. Because to me, Nate Diaz is a fucking gatekeeper mess. He'll never be a fucking elite fighter, a serious contender. The only reason he's a contender is for grudge reasons. Nate Diaz is a contender just like Dan Henderson's a contender when he fought for the belt. Like, you're not really a contender, but people want to see the fight, so okay, you get to fight. So you get to contend, but you're not a contender. So whenever Michael Johnson got fucking outclassed by Nate Diaz, I fucking was like, holy shit, dude, maybe you're not as good as I thought. Maybe you're not. But either way, I'm still fucking like the guy. Because since then he came out and he fucking knocked out Dustin Poirier. He came in, they came in that fight hot. They came into that fight mad at each other. They came into that fight with beef. And Michael Johnson knocked Dustin Poirier's ass out. So now it's a fucking roller coaster ride. You got robbed, so I like you. You got outclassed by Nate, so I don't like you. You knocked out Dustin, so I like you. It's a fucking roller coaster with Michael Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Then Michael Johnson comes out and he takes the Khabib fight. Not many people want the Khabib fight. So respect on Michael Johnson's name for taking that Khabib fight. Respect on Michael Johnson's name for not giving up in that Khabib fight. I like Michael Johnson. I respect Michael Johnson. There's respect on Michael Johnson's name from me. He might not be the greatest trash talker. He might not be able to talk that shit, but that's not his fucking... I'm not going to say that because, yes, it is your job to entertain, but you don't have to be the best shit talker in the fucking world to be a fighter. It helps, but you don't have to do that. Let me talk that shit. Let Conor talk that shit. Now, he's trying to talk that shit. He just doesn't recognize real, and I don't really recognize Michael Johnson. I recognize Mike Perry. I recognize Kevin Lee. Michael Johnson's not that same type of cat to me. But for all the reasons previously mentioned, I still respect and I still like Michael Johnson. Now let's move on to Holly versus Betch. Fucking Holly Buster Holmes Douglas versus Betch Correia, the motherfucking Miss Motherfucking Chicken Dance. Buster Holly Douglas Holmes versus Miss Chicken Dance. I am not excited for this fight at all. I don't care about this fight. I don't care at all. To me, Holly Holm is overrated. To me, Betch Correia is overrated. To me, this fight's overrated. It's the main event on July 17th. Holly Holm's ranked number 5. Betch is ranked number 11. Yeah, I don't have much to say about that fight, guys. But there's that. But on that card, there is a fight I am interested in on that card. I'm more interested in this fight than I am that fight. Cynthia the fucking Mexican Avril Lavigne Calvillo, is coming out and fighting Joanne the Irish Kelly Osbourne, Joanne Calderwood. Now, neither one of these girls are fucking elite fighters yet to me, but they both have some hype behind them. They both have fucking had some of that casual hype. Both of them have made noise. Both of them have put themselves on my radar. In the 115-pound division, that's hard to do. There's not much people on my radar in the 100. There's not much women on my fucking radar in the 115-pound division. Excuse me, guys. I might need to take a drink of water. I've been fucking ranting over here. So, but these two girls are on my radar. So I am pumped for the Cynthia via Joanne Calderwood fight. Now, what are my reasons? 1 second. Water break. Alright. Now, why am I pumped for Cynthia fucking Calvillo versus Joanne Calderwood? Because there's some reasons, and I'm gonna give them to you. Dana fucking White came out and he said he has the same feeling about Cynthia Calvillo as he had about Conor McGregor. The same feeling about Cynthia Calvillo as he had about Ronda Rousey. El Jefe just put Cynthia Calvillo in the same conversation as Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey. Now, if that's not fucking hype train, I don't know what the fuck is. You got to live up to that shit. Then fucking, I seen a little fucking joking article that said that she's Dana White's new main squeeze. Either she's Dana White's new fucking main squeeze, or there's some shit we haven't seen yet. Cause Cynthia has only fought twice in the UFC, and I mean, cool. I mean, they were both against cans. They were both against people we don't know. This is the first fighter that I'm gonna see Cynthia fight that I know. So I'm pumped to see what she can do against a fighter that I know. And Joanne Calderwood, I don't know her because she's a dominant force. I mean, I know her because she made my radar. I know her because she's made some waves. She's the fighter that came out and fucking said she was broke as hell. She didn't get her fight bonus, blah, blah, blah. And then Dana White came out and apologized and actually gave her fight bonus and fucking treated her well, which was interesting as hell. Dana White came out and fucking, might I say, licked her heel a little bit. He fucking put some respect on Joanne's name. So if El Jefe's gonna put some respect on your name, I'm gonna put some respect on your name. Cause El Jefe is the fucking top dog. So he don't gotta put respect on nobody's name. But he did. So respect Joanne. Respect Cynthia. I gotta see this shit. Comparing you to motherfucking Ronda Rousey and Conor. Woo, I know they need a Mexican star, but goddamn, that's some hype. So I'm gonna watch Cynthia. We're gonna see what she does. I talked about Joanna's division earlier. She'll probably get a title shot soon because there's not a lot of people she has to jump. That division's not very stacked. So Cynthia Calvillo is one of these fighters that could rise like a meteor. She could also fall like a meteor. I see that happening too. I see her getting a title shot, fucking being a huge star, and then she's gonna get clipped up like Ronda Rousey eventually. And she's not gonna be a dominant champion in my opinion. But she can be the champion, just like Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, you know, you might get skipped up, and you might actually win the belt on a fucking some crazy shit. But I don't see it lasting long. Now, I'm not comparing Cynthia and Cody, as they're not the same type of fighters. There's more respect on Cody's name coming from me. I'm just saying Cody's the ranks over people who deserve the title shot. And so that can happen here, because look at the top of the division. Claudia and Carolina. Joanna's already beat both of them. So Cynthia could easily skip them with a couple dominant performances, get a couple finishes in, get a couple dominant performances in, and we'll see what Cynthia can do. Now we'll fucking move on to, I believe, the last topic. Nope, there's two more fights I'm going to talk about. Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko, UFC 213, July 8th. I am pumped for this fight. I got respect on Nunes' name because I root for the underdog, and I feel like she's an underdog. That's me. I like the underdog, and I fucking feel like there's not enough respect on Amanda's name. Amanda's a killer, and I like watching her kill. Valentina Shevchenko. I actually got a lot of respect on her name. She was on my radar whenever she fought Holly Holm. Holly Holm's a counter striker, and you know what happened in this fight? Holly got struck up. Valentina went in there and outstruck a counter striker. She clipped up Holly Holm's shit. Holly Holm's supposed to be this counter striker like fucking Wonderboy Thompson, where you fucking have to be real careful or I'm gonna clip your shit up. And Valentina threw caution to the wind and walked past all that shit and clipped up Holly. Might I say exposed Holly? Might I say, yeah, she exposed Holly. So I like Valentina and I like Amanda. I'm actually gonna go rewatch their first fight tonight just to fucking keep that shit fresh on my brain. I got some respect on both of these girls' names, so I'm pumped about the fight. At the conference, it was funny. They both have accents. Amanda Nunes, I beat you already. Shut up. I beat you already. Valentina, if, don't have excuses. It will be done. This fight will be done. Like fucking Count Dracula. That shit, you know that shit. That okay. I see you motherfuckers trying to talk that shit, and I like it. Now on the last topic of this fucking video. The last topic of this fucking fight. It's been fun. Claudia versus Carolina. We talked about this a little bit. This is the number 1 contender versus the number 2 contender. But both of these girls have got dominated by Joanna, Claudia twice. So even though this fight has title implications, it kind of doesn't. Number 1 versus number 2. You think this is the fucking number 1 contenders match. But they might not get the shot just to the simple fact they've already lost to Joanna. I believe Carolina might get the title shot if she wins. Claudia not so much. I don't know what these girls are going to do. I mean, Claudia, what do? You go in there 3rd time against fucking Joanna and get beat up 3 times, then what, leave the division? I guess, hey, actually, I know what's going to happen. Both of these girls, I don't give a fuck what happens, win or lose. Move up to 125 pounds. Because there's not much left for you until Joanna loses. Maybe you can try 115 pounds again whenever Joanna loses. Or maybe they'll use one of these girls' name for Cynthia Calvillo, and it'll be like a Frankie Edgar, Yair Rodriguez scenario. Maybe one of these girls will have to clip up Cynthia Calvillo and pump the brakes on the hype train. I'd be pumped for that. I do like these girls. I just don't know what you can do with them as far as the title goes. I do like both of these girls, though. So, I mean, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this summer press conference. I know it's been long. If you're still fucking here, I appreciate it. I don't know what else to say, man. Shout out to the hitters. It is what it is. Fuck it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out.